We're here back in the fantasy bar with 6 of my favorite plays for you for the big Wednesday night slate, including some of my favorite value plays. We're going to give you some of my favorite correlations as well with 3 games we want to attack with one piece on each side. Got some guys I think are underpriced and a beast of the night that absolutely smashed the last time out against this opponent. Who are we talking about? Only one way to find out. It's time to belly up to the fantasy bar. Welcome in, guys. Wednesday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack. Good to be back in the friendly confines, talking some NBA. Thank you, as always, for stopping by, hanging out in the fantasy bar, and checking out today's video. Before we get into the plays for today, make sure you take a second, click that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the content, and hit that notification bell as well. Pints and Picks video for the big game is already out, so go check that out. 2 of my favorite NFL bets, 11-1. On those videos over the last 6 videos. Also, speaking of betting, $9.99 limited time offer on our props and pick'em package 3-day trial. Check it out if you are interested in betting any props. Team has absolutely been on fire. Limited time offer, just $9.99. Also, NBA Sim Labs tool is live, simulating the games, building lineups for you very, very quickly with your settings, how you want to do it. Check it out for our premium subscribers over on RotoGrinders.com. All right, let's get into the plays here. Couple key injuries and a couple questionable tags we will keep an eye on all throughout the day. All right, let's start at small forward with one of our favorites. Had him on Monday, going right back to the well here again. We're talking Brandon Miller of the Hornets. So I talked about it on Monday. This guy to me is a mid-8s player, and yes, the price has climbed a little bit, but not high enough. So going to continue to take advantage of this role, this upside without LaMelo Ball in this lineup, who will once again be out. Usage has jumped over 4% for him over the last couple weeks, and we've seen it in the production. This guy's scoring at will like we saw at Alabama, 28 or more points now in 4 of the last 5 games, 3 straight games with 50-plus DraftKings points. And I like the matchup here again with the Toronto Raptors. But Brandon Miller is simply too cheap, playing with big-time upside right now. The price is still lagging behind. Take advantage here while we can. All right, let's go to the other side with some correlation on the Toronto side at center with Jakob Poeltl. As much as we love Brandon Miller, we love attacking this Charlotte interior. We're going to continue to do that here and get you a little correlation with these 2 plays. And Poeltl has looked good since coming back from injury, and even better over the last 2 games, averaging over 37 DraftKings points per game. Now gets a tilt with this team who gives up the most points to centers, the 2nd most rebounds, 3rd most fantasy points. Smash spot here. Fair prices to open up some salary for you. Jakob Poeltl, my favorite center play on the board. All right, let's stay in the mid-range at point guard with Trey Jones of San Antonio. Not the sexiest game on the board. Trey Jones, kind of one of those guys you don't get super excited about here, but I think that's going to keep him under the radar. I think we need to be a little bit more excited about what this guy has doing. He's now made value or exceeded value in 8 of the last 10 games. And what does that mean? A 5X is generally what we're looking for as far as making value. He's given us many games up at 6, 7, 8X as well on these prices here. So we talk about guys that are playable in all formats, gives us the floor. Only twice in the last month has this guy dipped under 26 DraftKings points. So there's the floor we're looking for. And 9 times in that same span, he's gone for 30 plus. So gives us that upside here. Matchup not ideal here with the Miami Heat. I don't think we're going to see a ton of ownership here in that combination. Floor, ceiling, too tough for me to ignore here tonight on Trey Jones. All right, let's go to the other side. One of my favorite values and buy lows right now at small forward, power forward with Caleb Martin of Miami. So great buy low here in my opinion. We know the upside that this guy has, was absolutely on fire last season. Even earlier this season has shown us some big games. And yes, the Miami Heat are healthy. Not going to need to do as much here from Caleb Martin. I still think even with them being healthy, there's much more upside than what we have seen here. So I'm going to continue to buy low here, back in the starting lineup. Last game out, and the box scores, not looking great. Pedestrian, as it says on the graphic here. All it's going to do is help keep the masses away. We know the upside this guy has, and we know this matchup, one that we can certainly exploit. San Antonio, 25th in the NBA defensive efficiency, and we're talking bottom 10 team against power forwards in fantasy points allowed here as well. Caleb Martin, very cheap piece with a ton of upside under 4K over on DraftKings. Up next, point guard, shooting guard, Jaden Ivey of Detroit. So Detroit, one of those teams we're going to have to keep an eye on with the injury report. Cade Cunningham and Bojan Bogdanovic both questionable here tonight. I love Jaden Ivey in this spot regardless. It's only a benefit if one or both of these guys are out. Both of these teams top 10 in pace. That is perfect for his skill set. Loves to get up and down the floor. If Cade were to be out, we're talking over a 3.5% usage rate. If you add Bogdanovic to that, we're near 4.5%. So the offense kind of rests in his hands with these guys out. Even if they're in, I want to stress that. Still like Jaden Ivey here, 36 or more DraftKings points now in 8 of his last 13 games. Sacramento giving it up to the point guard position as well. Bottom half of the league in fantasy points allowed. Jaden Ivey, great spot here in a high-tempo, fast-paced game against the Sacramento Kings. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play from Wednesday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Easy to play. All you got to do, hit that thumbs up button and head to the comment section and guess fantasy points on FanDuel tonight for my Beast of the Night. Whoever's guess is the closest, we're going to give you a free week of RotoGrinders Premium just for hanging out here in the fantasy bar. All right, let's wrap it up with my favorite play for Wednesday night. Nomads, Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We're going to stick with the correlation theme. We're going to spend some money here at power forward center with Domantas Sabonis, tonight's Beast of the Night. Now, I get it. First issue, first concern is a potential blowout. Certainly understand those concerns, but hear me out here. Detroit, 29th in defensive efficiency so far this season, so a great matchup. Have been terrible against centers, 4th most fantasy points allowed to this position. Sabonis absolutely been locked in, 49 or more DraftKings points now in 12 of the last 13 games. In fact, he's gone 60 or more in 3 of the last 5 and absolutely dropped the hammer on this Detroit team in their first meeting. 37 points, 13 assists, 10 rebounds in that game, good for 77 DraftKings points. So even if this game does turn into a blowout, I think Sabonis can give us 50 to 60 in 3 quarters. If it happens to stay close, Detroit hangs in this game. Now we know the level of upside with Sabonis pushing 80. Domantas Sabonis, easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for our Wednesday night six-pack. Any comments, questions, or feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points for Domantas Sabonis on FanDuel for your shot at a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. Take advantage. Special offer, $9.99. 3-day trial of our props and pick'em package. And go check out our NBA Sim Labs tool and build some lineups for tonight's contest for RotoGrinders.com. I am Beer saying salut. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Go win some money, guys. See you back here tomorrow.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist